What's up guys, Infernape here, and welcome back to my daily series where I upload my top 10 favourite Pokemon of each type without doing duplicates. This will be the third episode that I've done. I've done the normal type, I've done the fire type, and now I'm doing the water type. So if you're new and you want to see the videos that I've already made, you should probably go check those out before continuing with this one, so that way you're all caught up. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. What are some of your favourite water-type Pokemon? If you can guess some of the entries that may be on this list, and even any video suggestions for the future, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's get into the video! At number 10, we have Barracuda. I actually used it a couple times after I finished my very first playthrough of Sword, and I actually quite enjoyed using it. It's supposed to be the best water-type option before the DLCs came out, and I can understand why. It is actually a really powerful Pokemon. I will admit Barracuda's design isn't exactly the best in the world. That's probably why it's as low as it is, but still, Barracuda is actually quite a decent Pokemon. Like, it's got a really nice ability when you Dynamax it, if it has the ability Swift Swim. All you need to do is use the Max Geyser, and then it'll start raining. Swift Swim will activate, and it will also get a power boost from the rain, since rain powers up water-type moves as well. So that is easily a really good combination when you're trying to find like certain Pokemon in the max dens if you really want to find a specific Pokemon. I really enjoyed using Barracuda. I haven't used it in a while because now the main water type of choice is Azumarill. But Barracuda is still really, really good. At number 9, we have Alligator. I really, really love Alligator. Its design is easily one of the best ever. I also really like the fact that it was the very first crocodile/alligator type Pokemon. They did release Crocodile's evolutionary line, but the original was always the best. Alligator is also a really great Pokemon. I used him quite a few times when I was playing through Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I did enjoy the few playthroughs I used him in when I was playing it as a kid. Then when Sun and Moon rolled around, I think, one of the Pokemon I actually added to my team was a Alligator, since you could island scan for Johto starter Pokemon. And I did use him, and he actually did pretty well despite the odds. I loved using Alligator in all the playthroughs that I've used him in, and should there be a Pokemon game that comes out with the Johto starters, I'm still picking Cyndaquil, but Alligator is definitely the next best option. At number 8, we have Dreadnought. Keep in mind when Sword and Shield first rolled around, I did say that I was planning to put Dreadnought on my team. I think that's what I said, I'm pretty sure I did. But anyway, I did use it in my very first playthrough of Sword and Shield. If you didn't see that series where I did a playthrough of Sword and Shield, one of the Pokemon that I caught and used was a Tutor and evolved it into Dreadnought. It was easily one of my favourite members of the team. For those who didn't watch it, spoiler alert, but Dreadnought actually came in really handy when I was facing the champion for the first time, because his Charizard literally nearly destroyed me. I only had 3 Pokemon left. One of them was Dreadnought, who was at full HP, and the other 2 had already taken quite a bit of damage. So I sent in Dreadnought, and then his G-Max Charizard went back to normal size. Charizard went for a Solar Beam, and then I went for a Rock Slide. It hit the Charizard, and then I won. And Dreadnought just then became one of my favourite Water-type Pokemon since. Dreadnought is by far one of the coolest designed Pokemon out there, and I love its G-Max form. Probably one of the best G-Max forms I've seen. At number 7, we have Milotic. Milotic was definitely one of the best Pokemon I used during one of my first playthroughs of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I didn't know that Milotic's Learn set was pretty trash. Probably some of his best moves is Surf, Ice Beam, Dragon Pulse, and Hydro Pump. I mean, you could always replace Hydro Pump for Recover, but who really uses Recover nowadays? Well, even though I don't use Milotic anymore, I do really love Milotic. Its design is amazing. I love how its evolutionary form works, basically going from a Pokemon that everybody hates and thinks is ugly into a very beautiful Pokemon, kind of like the ugly duckling effect. I just really love that aspect, and I just really like Milotic. I just don't like that you can't encounter it that, well, commonly in the original old Gen 3 games. But there was a way for you to encounter it really, really easily when you were using Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That I enjoyed. At number 6, we have Crawdaunt. Now, I've only ever used Crawdaunt in a Pokemon playthrough team once. However, I loved using it that one time. The one time that I used Crawdaunt was actually a playthrough in Sword and Shield. I did really enjoy using Crawdaunt. I just only used it one time because I could get it early and I really wanted to try using Crawdaunt. But I did love using it. All of its moves are really good. I believe I had Razor Shell on it. Then it was Night Slash and Dragon Dance, I think. I can't remember the fourth move, but I loved using that Crawdaunt. It was really powerful, and it helped me out in loads of important battles. At number 5, we have Gyarados. I love Gyarados. It is by far one of the best designed Pokemon out there. And anybody who doesn't think so, see you later. Gyarados is by far one of my favourite Pokemon to use in a playthrough. I've used it in so many playthroughs, it's hard to keep track of them all. It was also the very first shiny Pokemon I had ever caught. Yes, I am aware that the red Gyarados, people say since it's a guaranteed shiny, it doesn't count, but I'm counting it. So up yours, mate. I love using Gyarados. It was also one of the very first competitive Pokemon I ever made, and I really enjoyed using it. It was just by far one of the best Pokemon I ever used. I don't really use it as much anymore because most of the Pokemon games that I play, there's usually a better water type option, but I still love using Gyarados. At number 4, we have Kyogre. I do prefer Groudon to Kyogre, but Kyogre's pretty sick, I can't lie. Its primal form is definitely really, really cool, but I definitely prefer Groudon to Kyogre. But that doesn't mean Kyogre is terrible, because Kyogre's still really, really badass. A few years ago, I actually made an all-legendary / mythical Pokemon team, because I was that guy, and Kyogre was actually one of the Pokemon in it. It didn't really participate in too many battles, because mainly it lost a lot of them, but it was still a very powerful member of the team. I loved using Kyogre, and I don't know if I would ever use it again, mainly because I prefer Groudon over Kyogre, but who knows, maybe I will. At number 3, we have Rotomwash. Now, people may be a bit confused that I like Rotomwash as much as I do, but I don't care. I love Rotomwash. And if you don't know why, I shall explain. Basically, I actually beat the 50 streak in the Battle Maze Zone a while back, and one of the members of that team was a Rotomwash, and it was deadly. Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Hex. That's the moveset that I gave it, and it was broken. It defeated loads of different Pokemon. The main star of the team was my Mega Kangaskhan and my Garchomp. Rotom there, what was that? mainly for filler. But it wasn't bad. It was by far one of the best Pokemon I put on the team. And a few years prior to that, I used Rotomwash with the exact same moveset in the Battle Tree in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And it got me loads of wins in that as well. Rotomwash is just one of my go-to competitive Pokemon when I want to get really high streaks in competitive play in the game. At number 2, we have Volcanion. Now, Volcanion is here because of something that I used to want as a child. When me and my very good friend David were younger, my favourite type was fire types. It actually still is to this day. And back then, David's favourite type was water type. And we always wondered what it would be like if they actually combined the two types of fire and water. Then, when I turned 13, maybe later, I honestly can't remember when Volcanion came out. But, regardless, Volcanion was released. And it was a fire and water type. And I loved it. The funniest thing is, I actually met this random-ass stranger on these Pokemon Wi-Fi. Basically, I met him online. And he actually had a Volcanion, and he wanted to trade me for it for my Groudon. So, I traded my Groudon for Volcanion, and it was before the event even released in my country. It was available in the country he came from, it wasn't available in mine, but I got it early, and I loved using it. Mainly because I kicked a lot of ass every time I sent it into battle. And finally, my favourite water-type Pokemon of all time is Greninja. It is by far the best water-type ever, and I do not care what anyone else says. I did not like the design of Greninja when I first saw it. I thought, nothing too special there. Probably he won't use it if it was ever released. Then the anime quickly changed my mind. It was by far one of the best Pokemon I had ever seen. And I prayed and hoped that they would somehow, some way, put it in the game. And then, a few years later, they actually confirmed that there's going to be a mini-game for Sun and Moon. And when Sun and Moon actually released, you could send Greninja to your main story. So I put it in my very first playthrough of Pokemon Sun, and it wrecked everyone. I was so happy with it. It was by far my favourite Pokemon to use in that entire playthrough. Even though I was supposed to get attached to newer Pokemon, but I didn't care. I loved using Greninja. And I also managed to use it in a competitive team as well. And it wrecks everyone. And that is why Greninja will always be my favourite water-type Pokemon. And there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. What are some of your favourite water-type Pokemon? If we have some water-type Pokemon in common, and if any video suggestions for the future, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Also, guys, keep in mind that the next video that I'm going to be doing is my top 10 favourite electric types, which will be uploaded tomorrow. So, see if you can actually predict what my favourite electric type is. And let me know in the comments what some of your favourite electric types are. Because I'd be interested to hear some of your favourites. Did you enjoy the video as much as I did making it? If you did, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, comment down below, share this video with a friend, and if you're new, subscribe to my channel. It's been Inferno today. Okay, that's all from me, so until the next time. This is Inferno, signing off. Bye!